This is Carly on the darkest day of her entire life.
Carly! Honey, what happened?
And as you will see, in the next few minutes, she would be convinced it was the last day of her life as well.
Honey, what happened?
Because as she looked through her once youthful eyes, now fenced by fine lines and age spots, and at her stomach and legs now trapped behind inflated layers of fat and embarrassing cellulite, this was the first time God had given Carly the courage to weigh herself in what seemed like years. Only to realize the once slender body of her 20s and early 30s was now paralyzed with 84 more pounds of fat since the last time she had stepped on the scale. In the hours that followed, she was greeted by now almost daily episodes of piercing anxiety, shame, and hopelessness, all while being consumed by the venomous guilt that she was letting everyone around her down. And while she often caught her husband looking at other women in the same way he used to look at her, she still tried her best to get her body back by trying every diet under the sun and by exercising for hours on end each and every day. But it was on this day, after stepping on the scale, that she finally realized that it was all for nothing. So as she sat there, that anxious sorrow she felt for herself, it felt more severe, sharper, as though she was being pierced by each and every one of those emotions all at once. She had no clue that the extra weight had triggered a life-jeopardizing sequence doctors now call the ticking time bomb of the female metabolism. The recently discovered female-only fault line triggered in your early 20s that hardwires your body to crave weight gain for the next 30 years of your life. Even worse, and surprisingly, nobody ever talks about how this condition quietly needles away at your immune system, deliberately crippling your ability to fight off disease and maintain your figure. Which is why Carly could barely feel her body imploding inward on itself until it was too late. And because for 86 to 92% of women over the age of 25, the weight just creeps on so slowly while actually stalking your vital organs. And before you know it, your fit, healthy, happy, and disease-free body is gone. And you were left wondering, what happened to the old me? But that was the least of Carly's worries that morning, because little did she know, the countdown had already started, and the fairy tale life she had pictured as a little girl would be stolen away from her in a matter of seconds. Suddenly, her fingers began to tingle while black dots shot across her eyes. As she struggled for breath, it felt as though cement slowly flooded her legs while her knees began to buckle. And now, as if in fast forward, she saw the tiles of the floor racing towards her face.
Carly!
Screamed her husband after being startled by all 209 pounds of his wife hitting the ground.
What happened? Honey, what happened?
As he ran into the bathroom, violent agony took a vice-like grip over his wife's entire body.
Carly, honey, wake up. What's happening?
He yelled with fear-infused desperation. But although her eyes were open, he could tell behind those eyes, there was nobody there. She simply just laid there in a flash-frozen shock. And as blackness slowly soaked her vision, while pain transitioned to numbness, with her husband standing over her screaming for her to say something, anything. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and accepted her fate. But fortunately for Carly, her husband, her daughter, and maybe even you, Carly's story didn't end that day. Which is why right now, if you're a woman with more than 10, 15, or even better, 20 plus pounds to lose, you need to pay close attention. Because the breakthrough Carly uncovered only a couple hours later, hooked up to tubes and lying in a hospital bed, not only saved her life, but triggered a flood of what scientists call the weight loss doubling molecule that lays dormant inside even most stubborn female metabolism. Which is why her friends, her family, and even Carly's doctor were shocked when this sequence not only ended her battle with hypertension, prediabetes, and even depression, but compelled her body to eliminate 5 to 7 pounds of fat every single week for the next 6 weeks straight. But Carly didn't stop there. I promised to reveal her full transformation along with the secret flavor pairing ritual she used to melt away over 50 more pounds faster than she ever thought possible, without pills or depriving herself on the latest fad keto, calorie-counting, satisfaction strip diet. But first, allow me to let you in on another secret. Although Carly survived that morning, that woman, the woman that stood there that day, wrapped with guilt, drowning in depression, all within a body saturated by almost 100 pounds of excess fat, she doesn't exist anymore. Because the truth is, as soon as you refuse to remain the prey of corporations, TV doctors, and all those so-called industry gurus who make false promises to line their pockets, and start listening to women like you, like me, a new woman will begin to take shape. Literally, the new you begins to emerge. The one that has empowered herself with her God-given biological ability to double weight loss from within, all by using a solution so simple, yet proven by expert-level scientists, allowing you to reclaim control over your body, your health, and even how you age. You too will join the army of over 16,000 women who are now raving fans of the female-only flavor-pairing solution I discovered that has already helped so many women in 22 separate countries lose over 100,000 pounds in the last 11 months alone. That's right. This isn't some advertisement. I'm not some TV doctor or self-proclaimed guru, and I work for no one other than the women like you for whom I live to serve. And this is my story. That woman was me, and this is truth. So if you're a woman over the age of 20 who wants to reclaim her life inside the body she deserves while living her very own Cinderella story like myself and the other women you'll meet today, pay close attention for the next few minutes, because the breakthrough I discovered at the end of my weight loss failures is guaranteed to be the first step in your success.